is and always will be Pateros Creek Brewery is one of my new friends hailing all the way from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Give it up for Jamar Hall, everybody. Come on.
What's up? What's up? Woo! All right. This is my first time in Fort Collins, so this is pretty cool. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So far, I have had a bad experience. I'm gonna tell you why. I encountered road rage on my way in. Yeah, it was bad. Somebody left. Oh, they're like, yeah, they do that here. I had just left Denver, and I'm heading here, talking to my mom on the phone, and somebody cut me off. I hate that shit so much. And so I kind of swerved, and I told my mom what happened, and she was like, "You're not gonna." I'm like, "Mm-hmm." She's like, "But you're Christian." I'm like, "They don't know that." So I speed around to get to the other side, and I look at the guy, and all I did was just throw my hands up, and the guy flipped me off. I was like, "Oh, you bitch!" So I flipped him off right back, and then he did this thing that kind of threw me off. I've never seen this. He did this. I'm like, "Oh, all right," and then he threw it at me, and it's like, "Oh, hell no." So I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? So I'm like, "Mom, I have to call you back." And it's like, "This is serious. I'm gonna call you right back." So I'm like, okay, what do I do? So I was like, "Fuck it, just do two." So I got back at him. He took the next exit to Loveland. So yeah, I win, right? Pot's legal here. This is cool. I told people, I'm like, I'm going to Colorado to go do a show. They gave me a fucking like grocery list. Like, dude, you got to bring us back some edibles. It's like I'm never telling you when I'm going to Columbia. This is But it was cool because I had stopped at Walmart, right? Just a few miles down, and this guy was about to get in a fight with this pothead. I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta see this." And so like they're both arguing back and forth, and then the guy says, "Fuck you, your mom's a bitch." I was like, it just got real. I'm gonna step back, and the guy, he was really cool. He was like, "Yeah, she gets that way sometimes." It's like, I'm moving to Fort Collins. Like I just forgot whatever I was doing at Walmart. I'm like, "Can I apply here? Just give me an application." But yeah, I'm from Albuquerque. Last week, shout out. Anybody? No? Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. Last week I was listening to the radio, and they were like, "Okay, hey, we're gonna take some callers. We have this question. If you get it right, we got a prize for you." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I Google it, call them up, get it right. Gotta use Google. And it's like, "Okay, cool, you got it right. Just wait till we cut to commercial. We're gonna get your information." I'm like, "Cool." It took about like 5 minutes. So they're like, "Okay, what's your first and last name?" Jamar Hall. They're like, "Okay, Jamar Hall. What ethnicity are you?" Like, "Black." Stop lying. "Hey, you got some white boy trying to sound black on the radio right now." It's like, this is bullshit. I'm like, "Okay." Like, all right, I'm not mad. I'm like, "Okay, I'm actually half black." Like, "What?" "Well, what's the other half?" Like, "Navajo." Like, "I didn't know you people still existed." Dead ass serious. It's like, this is fucked up. But funny story how I first found out I was black. Hold on. Wait, that sounded better in my head. Hold on. Okay, let me explain this to you guys. Okay, I was born in New York, right? And yeah, we got nice. All right. Woo. I didn't live there that long. I moved to New Mexico when I was like 5, so not really a New Yorker, I guess. But Like when you're like 5, you don't know anything about ethnicity or race. Like I never questioned why Michael Jackson's albums all look different. Like, so I'm 5 years old, and my mom moves me to the Navajo reservation. First day of school, these kids start calling me this word. I'll just tell you that it's like the Navajo equivalent of the N-word. And I didn't know that. They're all calling me this word. I'm like, it's my first day. I just assumed that it meant new kid. I'm like, cool. It started catching on. By lunchtime, the teachers are calling me this word. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like Jamar, like my mom must not have told me about my full name. Like Jamar Hall, AKA. Like how do you spell that? 2 A's? 2 A's? Okay, cool. And so yeah, so I get home. My mom was right there waiting for me. She was like, hey, sonny boy, how was your first day? Like, Mom, it was awesome. I got my own nickname. She was like, what was it? So I had told her, she's like, ah! Slaps me and she was like, Jamar, you can't be saying this word because it's a bad word for black people. I'm like, well, I don't know why they would call me that. So she sits me down, and like the whole vibe, like looking back, was like she was telling me I was adopted. She was like, Jamar, I thought you'd be older when I had to tell you this, but you're black. Are you serious? I had a lot of questions to ask her. It was cool though. It was cool, like especially in high school when I found out that all black guys get big dicks. Should be getting mine when I'm 30. I think that's what they said. I don't know. So I was a bedwetter growing up. Any bedwetters? Yeah? Nice. Shout out. All right. He's down for whatever. This guy's cool with me. What was messed up was my parents had me feeling like I was the only person with this problem. They're like, plenty of 15-year-olds are waking up in dry beds, and we got to deal with you. I'm like, sorry. But, so they didn't know how to deal with me, so they sent me off to this detox camp. It was like juvie for bedwetters. Like, this is like the one place where the top bunk really matters. And, yeah. It didn't help me though. Like it just taught me how to be a better bedwetter. So I get back, and like this is like a really weird time because I mean I'm making friends, being a social butterfly, and you know like kids have sleepovers, and I couldn't. Like I had asked my mom to stay at a friend's house, and like Jamar, you know why you can't do that? Like they were trying to conceal my identity. Like, when that full moon hits, piss the bed. It got so bad, my parents used me to threaten my brother. They're like, you fuck up one more time, we're going to make you sleep with Jamar tonight. What's messed up is my brother is a really heavy sleeper. So, I actually peed on him once. He messed up, so we were laying in there. And my parents like got up at like 2 in the morning and they're like, what happened? The bedroom light's on. Like, I don't know, I'm up. He's just laying in it. I don't know. I did get cured though. One night I'm sleeping and I hear psst. Psst. Like, hello? Hey man. Who's this? This is your bed. What do you want? I just want you to know. You piss on me one more time, I'm whooping your ass. Okay. I didn't know that it was my dad who actually slid under my bed and was just talking shit to me the whole time. Yeah. 10 years strong though, I just got my 10-year chip, so I'm good. Thank you. I got some good news for you guys. Just had my first threesome. Thank you again. So check this out. So I'm fucking this pregnant girl, right? And hold on. She was in the first trimester. Doesn't even count. So we're going at it, and her cat jumps on the bed and starts licking my asshole. Yeah. And like it just caught me off guard. I was like, ah! And she was so into it. She's like, woo! I'm like, no, not you. So I stop everything. I turn and look back, and the cat like stops and looks, and like we made eye contact. It was weird, and like, but the cat looked at me like, "Are you cool with this?" No. More good news. Just paid off my daughter's debt. My daughter is debt free. So when she was born, it's fucking expensive. So I took a credit card out and her name and and just paid it all off. And finally paid it up. It'll look good on our college application. Just a little bit about my daughter. She's 3. She's at that age where she likes to fuck with me. Like she just likes seeing what she can get away with. Like we'll go out to eat and there's her plate. I got my plate, but she wants like my shit. Like she has her shit, and I got my shit, and I'm just like, just no, just get the fuck out of here. Like it's gotten so bad. Like I tell her that I have hot sauce on all my food. I'm like, no, baby. The reason why you can't have Daddy's ice cream is because I got hot sauce on it. Hot sauce and milk probably fuck you up. I keep it real with her. Keep it real. But she's always pushing, and now what she likes to do is like play dress up. And first we were playing, and I'm like, okay, cool. And she's like, hey, Dad, why don't you put those heels on? I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I'm sliding some heels, and we're playing. And then she's like, hey, Dad, why don't you put this wig on? I'm like, okay. And then she's like, why don't you try this dress on also? Like, it got bad. Like, and during all this, I have an epiphany. Right? So we're playing, and I look up, catch my reflection in the mirror, and I'm standing there with makeup, a wig, a dress, and heels, and caught my reflection and just like a true sense of self. Like just saw myself. I'm like, I'm a bad bitch. That's how I'm sure Bruce Jenner's creation story happened. No, I'm just kidding. So I'm a pretty nosy person. I like listening in on people's conversations. One day I was out, and there were 2 white guys talking. And one goes to the other and says, so, Dave, what is the story? Is the kid yours? Like, oh, just going to see how this ends. And the guy says, yeah, Brian, the adoption went through. Like, what the fuck? Just like this, it was really disappointing. Really disappointing. But good news, I'm officially a comedian. Yeah, thank you. Passed the test. I got put through a test. I was eating at one restaurant, and the waitress came down and sat with me, and so she asked me, well, what is it that you do? I'm like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and try this out. I'm like, I'm a comic. She was like, what? So are you just in town for the night, or? I'm like, no, I'm local. She's like, oh, so you're unemployed. Bitch, like. Like, okay, no, like I'm a guy. I still go out there and I tell jokes. I have my own job. So she was like, oh, so you can get paid for your stuff? I was like, no, I'm still working up through the ranks. And she was like, oh, so you just go up there and you just stand there. It's like she's pushing me, and I was like, okay. And so I was like, look, I make people laugh. Okay, so she was like, well, make me laugh. I'm like, okay. What's the difference between Amy Winehouse and Jack Daniels. She's like, well, I don't know. Like, Jack Daniels comes alive when you add Coke. Yeah. And so she was like, tell me one more. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I had a dick joke for you, but it might be too long. Yeah. And then she was like, that's kind of funny, because I had a pussy joke for you, but you'd probably never get it. So I got burned. But hey, that's all my time. I'm Jamar Hall. Y'all want all that. Peace.